Okay, the alarm's just gone off. And that's my backup alarm. 4:50. Right, let's do it. Alright, let's go. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get the alarm off. Whew. Alright, so what tends to happen at this time is come down, waiting for Mary to come down in a minute. Gonna make some teas. Let's get that going. So it's currently exactly 5:01 in the morning. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for the kettle to boil, I was going to show you something that somebody actually recommended in one of our comments. This little machine here. So this is a distiller. Yeah, it's one of the things I always need to make sure we've got kind of running in the background every kind of morning, just to make sure we have distilled water. Make myself. Okay. So Mary's going to be down in a minute. Okay. Hey, hon.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you.
Yeah, just capturing this. This is quite hot, so I'm just going to
Cool.
place yours here. How are you doing?
Good place.
Sleep all right?
Slept great. Did you sleep good?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Good tea.
Need more hours, though.
Hey guys, so usually we have a drink first thing in the morning, and then we come and do some reading. We usually start by reading the Bible first, then saying some prayers, and then I will then read another book that I'm currently reading at the moment, followed by some exercise, usually quick, but it gives me a boost of energy and sets me for the rest of the day. This is the best time of the day because it's just really quiet, you know, it's peaceful, there's just no distractions, and we can really focus on reading.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we do is that we encourage our dream makers to wake up at 5 a.m. and focus on their side hustles. So we message each other in our Facebook group and just say that we're awake, and then we then go to Zoom and log in. It just keeps us all kind of motivated.
Yes. Is anybody awake at the moment?
Well, I've had one person say that they're awake. So usually they message it in various times. Some people come in a bit later, around 5:10, 5:15.
Yeah, you can kind of see various people's kind of comments and things.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and log in. Send each other a quick message in the morning, and then we get on. So we don't have video on or audio, and I don't usually tend to sit by the screen at all. I usually sit down and just do reading. Yeah, that's it.
Sit down there, typically.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks for sharing that with people.
My pleasure.
See you later.
See you.
See you in a bit. Okay, so whilst Mary is in this study, I like to come to the living room. I particularly like coming right next to this radiator because it's really, really warm. And I tend to just sit here and do some reading. And just like Mary said, I normally start with, as a man of faith, reading the word and just some prayers. And today I'm reading a really interesting book that somebody recommended to me called Halftime. And this book is really all about transitions. As I've been through a transition in my life from my corporate life into doing my own thing full time. I thought this book would be a really good book to read. Somebody recommended it as a way to really understand why what I'm doing in this second part of my kind of working career is really important from a calling perspective. So I'm really looking forward to kind of diving into this book. The rest of the day we expect a lot to be happening. So today is a Wednesday and we're typically quite busy, busier than normal usually because we have some stuff related to our academy. So we're going to be walking you guys through that whole process. But for now, I'm just going to sit down, open my book, chill out for a bit before the kids wake up at around 6:30, and then we begin the whole process of getting kids ready for school.
Okay, so we are now going to go and wake up the boys and get them ready for school. We don't really know how this is going to play out because, yeah, it's going to be interesting just to see how they react to the camera. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay, so whilst Mary's getting ready our other son, I've got Joshua to get ready this morning. And today we're going to be doing a bit of tie knotting, okay? So Joshua normally goes this way. The longer side goes on the right hand side. Anybody remember this? And then we're going to keep practicing, okay? Let's have a go. I've clearly done a good job because one's longer than the other. That shouldn't be like that, Josh. But it should be okay. So what we do is just tuck this into your top. There you have it. That's the finished works of getting Joshua kind of ready. We still need to do your teeth and do your hair. All right, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so this is what getting ready for school kind of looks like. Mary or I typically come in here and getting the boys prepped. It's usually quite manic in the morning. This is what really goes down. Let's see. See a bit of me here. Get rid of that.
Heather. Good boy. Then we do the pat down, don't we?
Yeah, this one's got lots of hair.
They are overdue a haircut, yes we know.
Yeah.
It's
Alright, let's see the finished works. Looking good, Elias. Right, that's it.
awesome.
Right, well done, E. I say bye.
Bye.
Why did you say so? Right, boys' snacks are ready. It's just apples and grapes.
Quick capture of what breakfast life typically looks like. So what do you boys typically have for breakfast?
Benefit brown flakes or Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
Or porridge.
Or porridge, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Or pancakes, maybe on a weekend or something. Alright, but typically for school, we just keep it really simple and just have some cereal. Bye, boys.
Bye.
Bye.
Have you done a lot or a little?
Not too much, me.
Not too much. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyone else make porridge with water?
Alright, so welcome to kitchen life. But this morning, what we have for breakfast? Porridge and fruits. Yeah, that's a favourite. I remember having a lot of that when we were working in the corporate life, right? You get to work
yeah, exactly.
straight.
Go and the breakfast is
Get
already
breakfast.
ready for you.
Well, for you it was made. I had to make
Oh,
my own
sorry.
breakfast.
Oh.
You worked for a big
Well.
company. I worked for, a decent
small-
sized company.
Yeah.
A small and medium sized company. But I had to make my own porridge.
Hard life.
Hard life, I know. So we're having porridge this morning, so Mary's just cooking it.
Yeah, we don't do microwave life anymore. It's last resort. We try to cook as much as possible in a hob just to retain those nutrients.
You do most of that. I mean, I still have my weak times when I just like head over to the microwave and use it.
It's okay, babe. We will have those moments.
But it's all right. So we've got a busy day ahead today, and what tends to happen is we have the hours between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. is where we focus on doing the work.
Yeah.
So everything you see from filming on YouTube to all our academy stuff on FJA to all the stuff on the blog to all the kind of like public stuff like commenting and branding and all those things that all happen between those hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And so today is our academy day. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So what do we have planned? What have we got coming up today?
Well, this moment right now is actually the quiet before the storm.
Yeah,
I'd say.
exactly.
Because things just really do ramp up like as the hours go by. But we have our coaching call this evening at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So we're working on that and kind of going to work backwards just to make sure that we have gone through all the coaching questions beforehand to make sure we do very good research to be able to answer our dream makers questions as best as we can, and obviously plan backwards, so make sure we have dinner for the boys done and they've got all their homework done.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot we need to pack in before our coaching call this evening.
Yeah.
But during the day, once we've had our breakfast, we are going to quickly
Yeah,
plan.
we're gonna pop up. We're gonna plan the day.
Plan the day.
Pop outside for a bit.
Yeah.
Tend to do some reading here and there. And then I've got to film a course as well today.
Yes, so you need to
the
plan
academy,
for that as well.
plan for that. So we're going to just have our food basically. Okay, there's the finished product. This is breakfast before it's dressed up. So what is that you're adding?
Milled linseed. It's high in fibre.
Right, okay.
So we just try to get as much fibre in as we can during the day. Yeah?
Fibre is very important. So I tend to, just so you guys know, I tend to see the finished product.
What?
I tend to see the finished product.
Okay.
So
Apart from the random days when you make pancakes.
yeah, apart from the random days when I really...
Once a year.
Oh, it's not once a year, come on now. Seriously. There you have it. That's breakfast.
Humble porridge.
Humble porridge.
That one's yours. It's not going to be that sweet.
Got lots on.
Yeah, but we can do it.
Got this call YouTube as well.
Oh, what time is that?
1:30.
Okay. Okay guys, so we've dropped the boys off to school, we've just had our breakfast, and now we're going to have a super quick meeting just to talk about what our 3 main key deliverables are for today. So babe, what's your 3 big things?
So my daily big 3 for today are that I need to read some contracts and things for brand work and sponsorships, that's number 1. And secondly, I need to film a course. So we've got a blogging course coming out specifically for blog monetization, and helping our members create a blog that actually makes money, because there are differences in types of blogs you can create. Then my third thing is the coaching call. Today's our coaching call day this evening. What about you?
Okay, so have to get the YouTube video out of the way and schedule it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I need to jump in the community and answer the community questions, so our dream makers. And also with you prepare for the coaching call we have at 8 PM.
Yep. So we just have this casual chat, and then we basically start the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what we do as well, what tools do we use to kind of track our day, track our time and things like that?
Yep, so we use an app called Toggle.
Yeah.
You can use it on a desktop, you can use it on your phone, and you literally just track whatever projects you're working on.
Yeah.
And the tasks. Yeah, which is a good way of keeping track of what you work on and how long each kind of project takes.
Yeah, and the other thing we use as well is Google Calendar.
Yeah.
Because that just helps us connect kind of our time to our, various things we've got in our calendar. And also connect to our to-do lists as well, because we've got things that we want to do, but making sure that those are diarised within our calendars to make sure that we actually get them done.
Yes, and we also use Asana, where we assign tasks and we have some VAs that work for us.
Yep.
And it's just good to keep track on what's being worked on at the moment and just, to check progress.
Yeah, and to give you an idea in terms of VAs that we have. So we have somebody who does...
So somebody who works in our Financial Joy Academy community. So we have a vibrant Facebook community and she just really helps to with engagement, answering their questions. Onboarding also our members. And pairing our accountability partners also.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And much more. There's other things as well.
There's loads more admin type stuff that she deals with. And we also have a technical VA. So she does things around helping with our funnels.
Building landing pages, dealing with websites.
Yeah. All the techie stuff.
And then we have a third person who's now started helping us with Pinterest marketing.
Exactly. So tailwind, scheduling, pins.
So there's a lot basically that goes into running an online business and actually running it to be sustainable, for it to make money and stuff like that. A big part of it is creating content, as you can see in terms of what we're doing with our day-to-day. And another big part of it is actually marketing that content and making sure that that content goes out there and attracts the right type of people to our world, basically. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
bit of glimpse into our world.
Yeah, we're going to now start our day, which is usually over here. Okay, so this is what our workstation actually looks like. So, yep, Mary's usually doing her bit over there, and I'm usually seated over here somewhere. And we just crack on.
Hey babe, do you want to tell people what you're up to?
Hey. Okay, so a big part of my day is, or my week even, is that I have to review contracts. So if we're working with a brand, in this case we are, I've got here a kind of a 15-page contract that I've got to review before we sign off and, you know, conclude our negotiations with a brand for them to be featured on our channel. Just chilling out to some music on Spotify. And yeah, I love to just have my headphones on because it just helped me to, you know, really just focus and just really make sure I'm doing what's necessary to do my work properly.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so ahead of a day of filming today, we've decided to come outside in the garden to chill out for a bit before we go ahead and start the day of filming for today, which is for our academy. Okay, I'm just going to show you a bit of the garden, and then we're going to pop to the back of the house, which is back of the garden, where we've got our studio where we'll film most of our videos for YouTube, just so I can give you a bit of a sneak peek of what that actually looks like from this side. Okay, let's have a look. Hello, look who we've got here.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Right, so let's go and take a look. So this is the garden space, you can see, very kid friendly. Okay, so back of the house here, we've got the building. One is a shed and one is where we have our studio space. Okay, so this room will be very familiar to most people because this is where I'm seen most of the time. So we've got our lighting set up. So this room doubles as an office for me sometimes, as well as a studio space. Sometimes you see me filming on this wall here, and sometimes you see me writing stuff, demonstrating various kind of finance related principles on my whiteboard. Okay, so this is the view that most of you are used to seeing me in this studio. And so Wednesdays for me are FJA Wednesdays. Mondays are YouTube Mondays, when I make all the YouTube videos, which I also make in this room. So I'm going to be back very shortly to focus on the academy stuff. We typically make a course and a masterclass each month, and then I film them here, and then I take them into the house, and Mary then starts the editing process with the view of then having that content available on our video platforms for people to access, you know, from wherever they are around the world.
All right, guys, it's break time, so we're going to have a little break and just go for a walk and stretch our legs so that we don't turn into desk potatoes.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to just take you on a tour, show you a bit of our usual route that we take for a walk when we take some breaks.
All right, follow us.
Yep. All right, that way we're going. Come on. That's all you could. So, lunchtime, this is what we get up to. Come out for some walks. You're so silly. Okay, so we're here, we're out in the foresty bits near where we live, just for a change of scenery before we go and do pickup from school. This is quite a nice area to go for a walk because we can just, I don't know, be amongst nature, I guess, you know, a slight different scene. You enjoying a walk?
Oh yeah, loving it.
Yeah, so we tend to get a lot of people with dogs in this area who bring their dogs to this foresty bit.
Yeah.
She's not a big fan.
You're not a big fan. I'm a dog lover from afar.
Dog lover from afar. I've never heard of that before.
Like, oh, you're so cute, but don't come too close.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is it. So we go for a walk. Show you a bit more. See what we're seeing. Hey been burning the grasses there. See that? That's interesting, isn't it?
So yeah, this is our daily walk. Sometimes we just walk along our road or around the area, or sometimes we venture into the woods.
Yeah, and you know, it's the thing with working from running your business from home and stuff like that, is that you do have to be deliberate about planning what you do with your time, you know, because you don't have set routines in a normal, as you might have in a normal job, but you do have to factor in things like going for a walk, you know, making sure that you're actually doing it rather than just sitting by your laptop all day, you know, and that's very easy to do, you know, very easy to just work by your computer and respond to emails and go on social media and stuff like that. So we make the effort to come out just to give ourselves a different environment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So okay, so that's it. So we're gonna now head off because we're gonna go to the shop, grab some lunch, and then we're gonna go back, just respond to a few messages, wrap up your editing a video to go on YouTube, right?
Yes, I am.
And then we're going to speak to some of our team members, so we're going to just liaise with them because they're working on various aspects of what we do today, and then we'll get ready. And is it your turn to pick up or mine?
It's your turn to pick up the boys.
All right, we're going to head back and go and get some lunch.
Yeah, all right.
All right, let's do it. Oh, here comes the dog. Watch out.
Oh, a dog, two dogs.
Two dogs.
We decided to just pick up some pita bread from the shop instead and just have what we had in the fridge. It's pretty quick to put it together.
Keeping it really simple.
And quick.
And quick, so you need to go and do the pick up from school.
Yeah, so we tend to just like literally throw things together for lunch. Yeah. If there's no food from the night before, we're throwing things together very quickly. Yeah. Now I'm just going to try and eat this big fat sandwich gracefully.
Gracefully?
Gracefully.
Come on, just attack it.
In front of everyone watching.
That's keep it real, you know.
Okay.
Eat as you would always eat. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's been a busy day already. Still got. I feel like we've got loads. It's an unusual day for us because we normally aim to finish the working day at 3 o'clock, just as soon as we're about to do the pickup from school. But today feels long because we've got this coaching call.
But it's fine, it's not always like that.
But we love it because we get to actually see our community live, like
which is nice.
You can hear, like, you can go talk to them, ask them questions, they ask us questions. So that, you know, it's really it's a 1 hour marathon. You're actually going to see some of it later today when we have the session. But
would you like to see it?
Yeah, of course they would.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually a 1 hour marathon. It's a fun marathon, so
it really is.
Really enjoy it. People love it. So we tend to get typically between 30 and 40 people on the call. Though we have had more in the past, but that tends to be the average.
Yeah.
And then there's a replay, and people catch up later, watch the replays and stuff, and so on.
Yeah.
Two minds that once were close, now so many.
And we are home. So boys, how was your day?
Good.
What was the best part of your day?
Moving into my new classroom.
Yay! So you're no longer in the what? Science lab?
Yes.
Awesome. Elias, what was good about your day?
Lunchtime.
Why is that then? What did you have for lunch?
Pizza.
Pizza? Go on, what was the toppings you had? What did you really have for lunch?
I had sausage roll,
Yeah.
olives, and that's all.
E, what did you have?
Pizza.
Pizza? Did you have all your food? Didn't.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
If this is going on YouTube, no, he didn't.
Doesn't matter, it's fine. Boys, what's the plan? What are we going to do when we get inside?
you go in, wash our hands,
Yep.
take our clothes off, put
Yep.
on our pajamas, and then tea, and then homework, and then dinner, and then shower, and then keep the kids, then bed, then wake up, then go to school, then come back from school, then do the same thing again and again and again.
How exciting, boys. Are we ready to do this?
No.
Daddy's waiting
Yes.
for us. Let's go in and say hi to Daddy.
But my shoes fell off.
Never mind, you can put them back on. All right, over and out. See you on the other side.
What do you mean?
Joshua, come out of the way, please.
Well, they need to see that I'm magnificent.
Well, they need to see that I'm magnificent.
Eat his food.
I missed it filming. Ow! Is it filming? Is it filming?
Yeah.
Yahoo! Blinked. Whoever watched this is gonna blinked.
When you finish your homework, Josh.
You put us in without anyone knowing. And you said kids fighting. Ouch.
28p over.
If you've seen that one, like and subscribe it.
You're funny.
Yeah, very funny. And it's how I use £50. 50, not 15 or 51. I don't know how to pronounce it or say it. 50. £50. 50.
Okay, so it's homework time. Yay! Isn't it, E? We love homework, don't we?
Yeah.
So what tends to happen is Ken usually does homework with Joshua and I do homework with Elias, mainly because Joshua's one takes a bit longer and I usually need to get on with preparing dinner. We basically try to take it in turns, but the majority of the time I will do homework with Elias.
So should we practice? We're just going to practice your 4s,
My 12s.
your 12s, your 5s, your 2s. Yeah?
And my
Should I just
10s.
test you?
And my 10s.
And your 10s. Okay. Right. Ready? Let's do it.
I see that.
Yeah. Don't look there though.
Aww.
Just maybe look at the camera maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so at least you're not looking anywhere.
Cheese.
Alright, so 12 times 10.
Equals 120.
10 times 10.
100.
10 times 5.
50.
12 times 6.
72.
Ooh, 12 times 11.
32.
12 times 12.
144.
5 times 12.
60.
5 times 0.
0.
5 times 2.
10.
5 divided by 0.
I'm not learning that.
Ah, you're not learning that. I like that. Okay. 5 divided by 1.
5.
Good.
Hey.
Right, so there you go. So we've done timetables practice.
So he's really concentrating. He's staying focused, which is very good. So yeah, we're just gonna crack on. He doesn't really need me here. He's pretty much just getting on with it.
I already have a favourite book because I read them all at school.
What's your favourite book?
Kipper and the Giant.
Kipper and the Giants. Wow, is that one of the books you brought home today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to you reading that to me. So yeah, so generally, once he's finished his work, it's usually maths or English. He would then read to me, and once he's finished reading me the book, I would then ask him general questions just to test his comprehension, and we'll just try to have a discussion about the book. Well done, E. was very good what you wrote there.
Our calendar is based on the Roman calendar.
Mm-hmm.
It has 12 months and 365 days.
Mm-hmm.
The first Roman calendar only had 10 months.
It says it's got 12 months now and 365 days, but before, the first Roman calendar only had how many months?
10 months.
10 months. And then they added one more at the end of it.
January and February.
Right. So that's interesting, isn't it? Even I didn't know that fact.
September.
Did you know that fact? I didn't know that fact.
October. One simple vegetable dish.
So let's talk about that. So that's interesting. So interestingly, in Joshua's book, the wealthy families had how many meals a day?
3.
During Roman times.
1.
So wealthy families would have had at least 3 courses. For poorer families, the meal may have just been one simple vegetable dish. That's it, you know? So Joshua, how does that make you feel, just hearing that, you know?
Not happy.
Not happy. So, you know, it's interesting that the world's like that, isn't it? That, you know, sometimes you have people who have more things than other people, which is why we say to you all the time that you shouldn't waste your...
No.
You shouldn't waste your food, right? He always say to you that, you know, around the world there are many people who, you know, could really do with eating the food that we have, you know.
And you say don't waste money.
Yeah, don't waste money, and obviously don't waste food as well. So when we have food, we don't want to have leftovers and stuff. And it's interesting reading it in the book, isn't it? And even going back to when, you know, the Roman times, you know, it's interesting to see that, you know, many poorer families, they only had one simple vegetable dish.
Romans were famous for their huge feasts. They loved to show off their money and eat unusual things like snails, swans, crows, horses and peacocks.
So that's interesting. They love to show off their money. What does that mean? The Romans love to show off their money.
Like this. Oh look! I got this much!
Look at all this money I've got.
And you don't.
And you don't. But that's not a good thing, is it? Yeah. You know, because like, you know, we shouldn't be showing off, because first of all, not everybody has money, you know, and it's very good for us to just understand that, you know. But, you know, this is interesting because even today, do you think people still show off their money?
No.
Oh, yeah. Lots of people do still. Okay, because we have people in the world called celebrities. Have you heard of celebrities before? No? So, well, celebrities are people who, I don't know, somehow exist, and people in the world think they're very popular. And some of those people have money, and some of them do, you know, show off their monies. But not all of them do. But we should just be aware that, you know, showing off money it's never really a good thing in my experience, just from like how I see it. I think it's always good to just be aware that many people in the world who don't have, who might not have money or might not have like food and stuff. So we just always need to be mindful of that. Do you kind of understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Romans were famous for their huge feasts and loved to show off their money and eat unusual things like snails, swans, crows, horses and peacocks. Yeah. This is kind of what happens when you have too much.
Yeah.
You know, when people in the world have too much, they just, you know, they just don't know what to do with it, I think.
Oh.
So, which is why, you know, I think in a way, I think it's not really a good thing to have too much, you know? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think it's a good thing to...
No.
No? Why do you think it's not a good thing to have too much?
Because you spend it all.
Good.
Using it properly.
Could you spend it all if you had too much?
Yeah.
Could spend it all. Well done. All right, Josh, should we take a quick break and see what Elias and Mummy are up to?
Yes. He saw a signpost. He didn't want to meet the giant, so he went to the village. The people threw things at Kipper. Go away, they yelled. We don't want another giant. We don't want you. Stop it, shouted Kipper. I'm not a giant, I'm a boy. The people said, well, you look like a giant. Kipper began to cry. I'm not a giant, he said. I'm a little boy and I don't like this adventure. Giants don't cry. Perhaps he's a little boy, but he looks like a giant to us. Perhaps he can help us. Can you put it outside the village?
What was your favourite part of this story?
When Kipper saw that the people were tiny.
Yeah. Why do you think they didn't want another giant?
Because they thought Kipper was a bad giant.
They thought he was a bad giant. Ia, what would you do if you were a giant for a day? What would you do?
I would ride on cars like roller skates.
You would ride on cars like roller skates. Do you hear that, guys? I love that. So, let's do your spellings. Let's practice your spellings. You're keen? Okay, spell coat.
COAT.
Good stuff, E. Now we're just going to quickly practice violin. Stop, pony, ready, go.
Stop, pony.
Now, my turn. Fatter than a caterpillar, ready, go.
Fatter than a caterpillar.
Again.
Faster than a caterpillar.
Well done. To soap your left arm. Little star. Again. E. First finger down. No fingers. 1, 2, 3 and back the bow. 3 up.
Okay, so one thing we get to do each day is go through spellings with the kids. So I'm in Josh's room still, and he gets about 5. How many words do you get each day, Joshua?
5 a day, and then
5 a
on
day.
Friday I do a mega spell.
Yeah,
with
so
20
5 words a day,
spellings.
and then he does a mega spell on a Friday.
And that's
20 words,
spellings.
20 new words every week. So we're going to practice our words for today and do a mini practice.
Yeah.
Let's do it. First word is polite. Polite.
Yeah,
You done it?
yeah.
Next is forgive. What have you got? You're so sure you got them right.
Yeah, because I am.
Oh, okay. Well done, Joshua. Right, well done. You're so silly.
I know
All right,
it.
well done. Let's get on to your comprehension now, Josh. Get the rest of it done.
And then
Okay.
I can play.
Then you can play and do all your Legos or whatever it is you want to do. Okay,
Let go.
say ciao to these guys.
Ciao.
The boys are going to have potatoes, boiled potatoes with fish fingers. It's just a very quick meal.
Okay, so as you guys have seen, it's just so much to do being a parent. It's just so much to it. I mean, I just don't even know how I would have literally coped with all this. In fact, had I not quit my job and, kind of focused on running our own business with Mary and stuff like that, I don't even know how it would have been possible for us to do what we do today. In order to raise children properly, in order to be there and be present, to do pickups, to do, to assist them with stuff, with homework, to hear how they're getting on in the day, to read, to write, to talk. So for me, it's just such a, each time I do this, each time I'm spending time with the children, especially during the day, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I just feel so blessed, really, that we've gotten, we've kind of really gotten money right so far on our journey, and that's helped to kind of create this possibility where I kind of feel like I've rediscovered my fatherhood, and we're not living that life where, one of us is just wedded to their job, and then the other person's just left, just picking up all the pieces, and so on. So I just hope these various clips are just giving you an insight into kind of like what I consider to be like almost the biggest blessings I've got really from this journey of financial independence. Is just this idea of being present, being available, not just to spend time, on my marriage and so on, and to pursue my passions, but to really, really be there as a father, as a dad, to be present for our boys as they grow through these most special years, really, before they become teenagers and like don't listen anymore. So anyway, I hope you found this aspect of our lives useful so far.
Hey guys, the boys are now sat down having their dinner, and yes, in 45 minutes we've got a coaching call, so we are super excited about it, but I have probably about 0 energy left, so I'm gonna have to try and find the energy from somewhere. It's usually always fun once we get started, and time just goes so quickly. Parenting is definitely challenging. I'm not going to lie and say that we've got it all together. I think people do think that we do have everything together, but that is really not the case. I mean, just being a parent to 2 energetic, bubbly, lovely, amazing boys is, it's not easy, but we just really thank God. Thank God, because they are such a blessing, and I'm just forever always so grateful and thankful to God that we have the 2 boys, our blessings. Yes, Josh?
Did you teach Elias this? He's singing a song about the month. And then he's like, January, February, March.
No, I didn't teach him that song. Have you finished your dinner?
How can you go from March to August?
Yeah. Have you finished your dinner, Josh?
Huh?
Have you finished your dinner? It's quite late. I am. Please hurry up and finish your dinner. Please.
Hi, I'm Ken from the Humble Party, and I've drunk today.
Elias,
I
food.
will block the camera with my hand.
Where was I? Yeah, I was just saying I should probably do this once the boys have gone to bed. Yeah, I feel very grateful that I'm able to work around the children, so I'm still able to do the pick up and the drop off, and I'm able to really be present with the boys and just do homework with them, just a whole evening routine without feeling pressure to log back into work or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, there are some days when once the boys have gone to bed we do get back to work, or there are days when Ken is working whilst I'm with the boys, or I'm working whilst he focuses on the boys, but majority of the time we are able to be present with the boys, both of us, when they're back from school. And yeah, I just don't know how I was able to do it when Ken was still at work. Like, he would still be at work and usually would get home around 7:30. But yeah, it's just amazing that we're both able to do parenting together, and that we're able to work on a business together that we both love and we're passionate about. Life design is just something that is high on our list, on our priorities, and every day we're just working towards, like, we're trying to lessen our hours just so that we can do more things that we want to do, and just work on other projects, exciting projects, and we're getting there by God's grace. But I just want to just shout out all parents, or parents to be, single parents especially. It's not easy, so massive kudos to you. But it's a blessing. Sorry. All right, so we are about to start our coaching call. We do these twice a month, and last minute going through the notes again.
Yeah, bit of pressure.
Yeah, it's been a hectic.
Kids are in bed. It's about to happen. So
we're winning.
Winning. Any weekly habits to add? Financial freedom.
Food budget, automatic direct debits into accounts. live below your means.
Okay, ready?
Cool.
All right, this is it. Starting the coaching call. Admit everybody. Hello, everyone. Hi, Dreammakers. How are we doing?
Good evening,
Good
Dreammakers.
evening. Good evening. How are we? Good to see everybody. Good to see you guys.
Lovely to see you all.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Can you guys let us know in the comments, what have you been up to today? What have you guys been doing? Sharon said someone's just getting bundled up to bed. Tando's not been feeling well these days, but feeling much better today. Oh, that's good to hear, Tando.
Yeah,
that you're
glad
feeling
you're
better.
feeling much better.
I've been a bit unwell actually myself.
We
all have the whole household.
But when men have it, it's like, I'm dying. No, joking.
Yeah, it's like
But yeah,
it's like help me. Good to have you guys on. Really, really excited to be doing our call again. So thank you for joining us. Really, really appreciate having you guys. All right, so we're going to dive in. We've got 29 of you on the call so far. Let's jump straight in and begin the day.
Okay, so our first question is a blogging question from Cedric. And Cedric said, I hear a lot that best practice is to release content at least again, like Ken said, a Google Doc app which you can use on your mobile.
Yeah.
This ensures that you are keeping the flow and thinking about your writing over, say, a couple of days rather than in one go.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you used to commute to work,
Yes.
you would write some
I
of
would
your
do
blog
on my
posts
40-minute journey on the train.
on the train.
I would write some of that stuff, or I might do my mind mapping on the train because that time on the train, I don't know why, I used to get a lot of inspiration on train journeys. I'd have my headphones on, so I didn't hear what anybody was saying, but I could look around. And if you think about some of my introductions in blog posts, came from me just looking out the window and seeing trees, changing weather conditions. So I could start the blog post by saying it's 6:58 a.m. and this is the temperature, this is the time. And so I'm injecting for the person who's reading, I'm giving them some real, almost inviting them to feel what I'm feeling. And sometimes I'd almost find my stories on the train journey as a way of me engaging the person who's reading the blog post and bringing them into the story. Because what we ultimately want for them is to get engaged and continue reading, consume the content, and remain on your blog.
Yeah, that's good. So environment is very important. So just find out what works for you that gets you in that zone for writing.
I always tell Mary, you always have to figure out what's the game being played. And you have to ask yourself, is the game worth playing? And the third question is, do I want to play the game? And the next question is who's playing the game really well? And the next question is, how else can I play the game? Right? So there's always a game being played, and it's just figuring out what that game is and just honing in and really just getting the most out of it. Okay. So she says, I want a blog. I want to be selling physical things online. Okay.
Yeah, and
so,
also want to be selling. Yeah.
Oh, and I also, yeah. So in that case, you can start your website, but also have a page dedicated to your shop, essentially. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.